It's 3:47 a.m. in Moscow. The sky turns white. Not sunrise, nuclear fire. The Kremlin evaporates. The president dies before his neurons can register pain. Every general, every commander, every human who knows the launch codes, gone in 0.6 seconds. America has just executed a perfect decapitation strike. The Soviet Union cannot retaliate, except deep underground, in a bunker that doesn't officially exist, sensors begin to pulse. The machine doesn't panic. It doesn't mourn. It simply checks. Radiation levels, critical. Seismic activity, nuclear detonation pattern. Communication with Moscow, silence. The machine waits. 60 seconds. 120 seconds. Still nothing. And then, calmly, methodically, it makes a decision no human is left alive to make. It ends the world. Welcome to Shadow Works. Today we open the final file of the season. The story of Systema Perimeter, known to the West as the Dead Hand. The Soviets were losing the Cold War, and they knew it. American technology was advancing too fast. Satellite reconnaissance could track Soviet submarines from space. Cruise missiles could fly under radar. Stealth bombers were invisible. And most terrifying, the Americans were developing weapons precise enough to kill the Soviet Politburo in their beds before they could even reach for the phone. This wasn't paranoia. This was strategic defense initiative. Star Wars, the ability to win a nuclear war by striking first. The Soviets calculated they would have less than 10 minutes from detection to total decapitation. 10 minutes to save 290 million people. It wasn't enough time. So they built something that didn't need time. They built something that would outlive them. They needed a system that guaranteed revenge, even from the grave. A fail-safe that didn't require a president, a general, or a human being. They needed a machine that couldn't be killed. The Dead Hand isn't just a computer, it's a network. Sensors spread across the entire Soviet Union. They measure seismic activity, the shock waves from nuclear detonations, radiation levels, atmospheric pressure, communication status with command centers. If the system detects a nuclear attack and loses contact with Moscow, it enters combat mode. But it doesn't launch immediately. It waits, checks again, confirms, because even a machine designed to end the world has safeguards. September 26, 1983, a Soviet early warning satellite detected 5 American ICBMs inbound. The computers screamed launch. Protocol demanded immediate retaliation. But the duty officer that night was Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov. And he had a hunch. Something felt wrong. The numbers didn't make sense. If America was attacking, they'd send hundreds of missiles, not 5. Petrov violated direct orders. He reported it as a system malfunction. He was right. It was sunlight reflecting off clouds. Stanislav Petrov saved the world because he was human. He could doubt. He could hesitate. The Dead Hand cannot. If Petrov hadn't been there that night, if the Dead Hand had been operational and fully automated, you wouldn't be watching this. No one would be watching anything. Here's where it gets worse. When the Dead Hand activates, it doesn't trust hardened cables or buried fiber optics. Those can be cut, destroyed, so it launches a rocket, not a warhead. A command rocket. It climbs to the edge of space and flies a ballistic arc over the entire Russian landmass, 11 time zones, 6.6 million square miles. And as it flies, it screams. It broadcasts the launch authorization codes on multiple frequencies to every silo, every submarine, every mobile launcher across Russia. The humans in those silos don't get a choice. The doors open automatically. The missiles launch automatically. The machine doesn't ask permission. It was given permission in 1985. The Soviet Union collapses. Their space shuttle Buran is abandoned in a hangar. Their space stations are deorbited. Secret bioweapon labs are shut down. But not the Dead Hand. The commander of the Russian Strategic Missile Forces confirms on camera, Systema Perimeter is still operational. Western intelligence believes it has been upgraded, modernized, integrated with AI decision-making systems. The machine that was designed in the 1980s with vacuum tubes and analog circuits is now faster, smarter, more autonomous. And here's the thing that keeps Pentagon analysts awake at night. We don't know its exact parameters. We don't know how sensitive it is. We don't know if a major cyber attack could trigger it. We don't know if it can tell the difference between a nuclear war and a really bad day. We just know it's there, waiting, watching. We sleep at night because we tell ourselves humans are rational, that cooler heads will prevail, that no leader is insane enough to end civilization. But the dead hand isn't human. It doesn't have cold feet. It doesn't have second thoughts. It doesn't see the faces of children or remember what spring smells like. It just sees data. And when the data matches the pattern, it executes. This is the Doomsday machine, not a weapon of war. A weapon of extinction. Built on a simple principle. If we die, everyone dies. Mutually assured destruction isn't a strategy. It's a suicide pact enforced by machines we can't turn off. This concludes Season 1 of Shadowworks. We've investigated the spies who never came home, the planes that never lost, the ships that vanished, and now the machine that guarantees none of us survive. These aren't just stories. They're warnings. The Cold War ended, but the weapons didn't. The systems didn't. And some of them are still watching. Still waiting. Season 2 is coming. We're going deeper. The Havana Syndrome, sonic weapons or mass hysteria? The lost cosmonauts. Did the Soviets kill men in space before Gagarin? And the darkest question of all, what did Apollo astronauts really see on the far side of the moon? Subscribe now. Because what we uncover next, you won't believe came from our world.